firmly believe that architecture is a service industry, and I want to serve my clients as opposed to serving myself or serving a builder or serving somebody else. I prefer and I believe the best approach to getting a decent project is to serve the client. The design process basically is in two parts. One part is the physical part, or the deliverables, as we call them in the industry, and the other part is the intellectual part. You start with the schematic phase, you move on to design development phase, then the construction document phase, the bidding and permitting phase, then construction, and then post-construction. The schematic phase typically involves the full development of the concept, and that's usually delivered in a floor plan, some elevations, sometimes some models, basic models, or some basic 3D renderings. But when you're done, you have a pretty firm concept of where you're going with the project. And once we get through the schematic phase, it kind of takes on a life of its own. But the initial phase, anything and everything that you bring to the table, any dislikes, preferably likes. We can get there from dislikes, but likes will get us there faster. Magazine cutouts. In the residential industry, there's so much information out there. Easily websites everywhere that you can access and print out things that you would like to see, things that you'd like to have. Now, once that's approved, then you move on to design development, where you take that concept and flush it out a little more. You get more deeply involved, and you put it out across to more of the interior of the structures. And you'd also end up, you'd end up with typically floor plans, elevations, probably some building sections, gives kind of an idea how it's going to go together. Once the design development is approved, then you move into construction documents. It's kind of your last chance to finalize your project concept and get a better feel for how the building's going to look and feel when you're finished. The primary purpose of construction documents is to identify and provide enough information for the builder to build the projects. It has drawings and specifications that identifies what the contractor builds. Also has enough information to receive permit approvals. And your permit is in process or approved. You can go out to the bid, where you take the documents that you've prepared and put it on the street, get several contractors to bid on it, put that bid price together and present it to the owner, and you help the owner analyze that and make a decision and pick the best builder and move forward from there. The next phase is construction, obviously, so which is the most obvious. Then that's where the builder builds the building for you. And during that phase, you do a lot of assistance in the way of helping make some decisions that come up, issues that come around. There's always an issue and always something that was unexpected that arrives, and you help the owner get through that. Once that's complete, the final phase is post-construction. Typically in post-construction, is where you do a set of as-builts, which represents exactly how the building's been built, the changes that have been made since the documents were prepared, issues that came up, and the solutions to those. The intellectual part is the most difficult part to define and describe. Each and every architect has his or her own way of coming up with a concept. And I use the black box design, which is everything goes into my head, something comes out. And that's my approach. It's called the black box approach. So in the design-build process, it's very important that you have a builder and an architect that is very familiar with the full range, whether they do construction management, design build, or design bid build. Your architect and your builder should be very familiar with all of those options and all the variations that come upon them. And that's something that Dave, Timberlake, design build, and we have developed is a very firm understanding of the scope of responsibilities and how we go forward with the project. And I truly believe that what allows us to provide a better project for our clients. I like helping people realize what they want to have in their home or in their business. I like bringing that added value of an outside eye that helps them get to where they want to get or even achieve more than they thought they could ever achieve. That's what I enjoy the most.